Okay, so here we are getting ready to start SolidWorks. So what you want to do is you want to come over here, find the SolidWorks icon. It says SolidWorks 225 and double click. And it takes it a moment to actually come up, so give it a little bit of time. This is going to be for our practice part that we're going to create. So this is the introduction screen right here, in which case you take a look at the new files here, and you can see we've got three possibilities we talked about in our notes. We got part, assembly, and drawing. You can't do anything without a part, so that's where we're going to start. And if you've got recent documents that you've created, it will have a history of everything that's here. Again, you will need a USB thumb drive in order to do this. With your S files, things can work or they may not work. And typically when they don't work is when you're close to the end of a project that you've been working on for a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden the file becomes corrupt and there's nothing that can be done. So let's go ahead and go to part. Click on that. We'll do a little bit of a introduction of the entire work zone here. This is the work zone. Looks a little different from the picture in our notes because I don't have the planes over here all showing. But as you mouse over them, you can see the orange lights where they are. Now they look really small, but really they're in all directions infinitely. And this, of course, is our origin point right here. This is 0, 0, 0. So that's X, Y, and Z. So this is the work zone where we'll be doing a lot of our work. Up here is our command menu. Now there is a possibility your command menu looks like that. You're like, well, where's the command menu? We got to go up to this little bitty triangle dot and it'll flash open. Go down to the end and you'll see the pin. Click the pin. When it's pointing down-ish, it'll lock it in place. So this is the command menu. These are your quick links. Some of them, a lot of them have a side button there that has more than one option. This is our ribbon right here. Currently I'm on SolidWorks PDM, although I can tell you that pretty much you're going to spend most of your time in Sketch and Features. What I'm clicking here are the tabs. So I'm going to click Features, and I'll click Sketch. Sketch is for all of our two-dimensional sketches. The section here is all the different sketch tools. A few other tools here for sketching. This is all two-dimensional stuff. Then when we decide to go ahead and actually make an extrusion, which is a 3D figure, we go to Features. And we have about 4 sections here. The first section deals specifically with the extrusions, which is an actual physical 3D body. You see most of these are grayed out because it doesn't have a sketch to relate to. This second section here is when you want to remove material, the different types of cuts that we have. And over here is different ways we can manipulate the material. So these are pretty much the 2 tabs you're going to be using. Down here in the Parts Manager, you've got a map of everything that you're doing, and as you add parts and sketches, this stuff will all be added here. You'll notice we do have a sketch open when we open this up, so I'm going to go ahead and close that sketch out because I haven't set anything up yet. And then the other one that's going to be here is the actual Properties Manager. So with the properties, if I'm working in Sketch and I click one of these tools here, all the properties for that particular tool will be listed here, and I'll be working over here. As I have these tools selected, this part here will be copied over here. Of course, this is our work zone. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner where it says Custom for Me, and we'll click on this, and these are all the different measurement scales. We're going to use MMGS for this first exercise. This first exercise is just to get us used to working with SolidWorks. So now, to start a sketch, because you have to have a sketch first before you can do an extrusion. A sketch is a two-dimensional piece of paper style sketch that you're going to sketch out the basic shape, and then the features will give us the 3D rendering. So I'm going to go ahead and click front plane. Front plane is the plane directly related to the 3D print platforms on the 3D printers. So I can select any tool I want to be able to start with. So I'm going to go ahead and click over here on the rectangle. There's 5 different tools. I'm going to click center rectangle. Why? I don't know. I thought that was a pretty good idea to start off. And you can see over here, here are some of the properties. Come over here to the origin point. Click once and then release. I can drag the rectangle out, and then I'll click again. And that's the rectangle. Come over here and hit the green check button. So that tool is now finished. You can see it's no longer selected. Now I'm going to put some dimensions to this. So I'm going to hit Smart Dimension. Come over here. Click this side here. Click once, drag it out. And I'm going to replace that 45 point whatever it is to 30. Now you will not see any actual scale change. It's going to stay the same shape, but this one will change. Let's go ahead and make this 100. So I got 30 by 100. I'm going to click the check to get out of the Smart Dimension. And that's my 2-dimensional sketch. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the buttons on the mouse to kind of move things around. I'm going to click the roller button and hold it, and I can rotate it. Notice it's rotating around that center point there. So that shows you, there's the back side, there's the front side. Go ahead and go to my home. I'm going to click my space bar. This is the orientation screen. And I'm going to go ahead and click normal to. And I'll bring it right back to where it was before. And I can zoom in and out. There's zoom out. And I can zoom in. I can get real close if I need to. Let's go ahead and select a feature. We're going to do extruded boss base, which is a 3-dimensional relation. I'm going to click that, and it's going to turn it into a different view here so you can see the 3-dimensional part. And you can see we got an arrow coming out here. I can do a couple of different things. I can grab the arrow and extend it out as far as I want, or I come over here and give it an actual measurement. So I'm going to go out to 50. Now the yellow zone is the proposed 3D model here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And you can always go back to the sketch. Now once I click off of it somewhere in the work zone, now you can't see that sketch. Now to be able to show sketches and be able to go back and edit a sketch, I can come over here. There's a little drop down here. I'm going to click the drop down. And there's the sketch right there. It's moused over it and it shows it in orange. If I go ahead and right click, it's going to give me 2 different menus. And one of them says edit sketch. So I can go back and edit the sketch. So I can make this 40 millimeters. And click that. Now it doesn't show the actual 3D figure yet because I haven't closed the sketch. So here is the close sketch button. And we've made the piece bigger. So go ahead and do those exercises real quick. And then we'll do the next thing. Okay. Now I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to do another extrusion. I'm not going to select any of the planes to work from. I'm going to select one of the faces. So I'm going to select this one. Why? I don't know. When I select it, it turns blue. It's just a simple left click on any one of the faces. I don't know how that happened. So you can see I can click on any face I want. I'm going to click the top one. Come over here to sketch and create a new sketch. Let's do a circle. I'm going to do a circle. Dimension. This is doing diameter. The 0 slash number, as you see in the very front, is diameter. So we'll make that 22. Why? I don't know. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. Okay, now I'm going to go to Features. Extruded Boss Base. And it's always going to copy the number we used the last time. I'm going to make this a lot shorter, say 10. Perfect. There. Now let's do a cut. I'm going to select this circle here and open up a sketch. I'm going to do another circle. Why? I don't know. I thought it'd be a good idea. Go to the center and come out here. Smart Dimension. You don't necessarily have to click the green check, although it does help. And we'll make that, let's make that 14. So if I want to go ahead and get out of dimension, I just click the green check. Otherwise, I can just click Features. And we're going to go to Extruded Cut. And it's only going to go 10 millimeters deep. I can either, grab this arrow and drag it up and down. I can put the measurement here, or I can tell it to do something else. In this case, I'm going to tell it to do through all. So it will cut everything, anything that gets in its way, it will continue to make that round cut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I've made a cut. And it goes all the way through. You zoom out, show you from the bottom. There it is. I'm going to continue making different cuts and different things here. Let's do another sketch. I'm going to do a corner rectangle. Click and click. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Features. Let's do an extruded cut. And I'm not going to do through all, I'm going to do blind. And I'm going to go, let's say 25 millimeters deep. So I'm not going to go all the way through. And you can see I'm going about halfway through. And I'm going to go ahead and click that. And click this side. Click the sketch. Now even though it looks like I'm actually drawing on this face, I'm actually drawing on that plane that I created with that face. Let's try, let's do a circle again. Anytime you go to a point like the origin point, you're going to see a blue line that makes that center on line with your axis, with one of your axes. Okay, I'm not going to use Smart Dimension this time. I'm just going to take a guess here. And let's go to Features, and I'm going to do another extruded cut. And this time I'm going to go through all. So now I've got a hole right here that goes all the way through my figure. So do a few of those. Just keep kind of messing with it. Let's see here. Let me see if I can't get a little experimental here. I'm going to click this spot here. Open a sketch. I'm just going to do a line real quick. And let's do this. I'm not going to set any measurements to it, not going to set any angles. And let me try this. I'm going to do a revolve boss base. Let's see if I can do it here. I'm going to select this. And yep. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It's going to look a little weird, sir. Yeah, I know. And there is my revolve boss base. Come over here. I'm going to go ahead and do another extruded cut. Again, a circle. No measurements. Features. Extruded cut. Now I want to make it specific to a particular face. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. Up to surface. And I want to stop at this surface here. And click the green button, click the green check. And there's the cut. Now for some of these other tools over here, I've got fillet. And I'm going to set a 5mm radius on the fillet. Come over here and click an edge. And there's my fillet. Or come over here and clear selections. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, when I did that and I got on full preview, you'll see that there's no preview because something is colliding. So I'm going to change it to 2mm and see what happens. Nope, nothing happened. How about 1mm? So there's a lot of stuff going on over here that's causing that fillet to act a little weird. I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. Let's go back to just the edge. I want that edge. Let's make it 5mm. I can do this edge here. Let's see if I can do this edge here. That edge there. And there's fillet. Now with Tinkercad, you had to go in and actually find the meta fillet, and good luck trying to get the circle to do it. I can actually come in here. I'm going to select the drop down from fillet and select chamfer. And it says 10mm, so I'm going to make it 2mm. I'm going to click that edge there. Now the difference between a fillet and a chamfer is the shape. A fillet is a round over, a chamfer is a flat edge. So let me show you the difference. So you can see the flat edge here and the round edge. Tell you what, let's see if we can do a linear pattern here. Linear pattern, we're going to go direction. Let me see here. Nah, I can't do it just yet. Okay, so continue working with that. When you're done, you're going to want to use your thumb drive, which I forgot to plug mine in. Let me grab mine here. Now, a thumb drive will protect your files from having any corruption if it happens to get onto S files, which is the district area for you guys to be able to access any of your files, which is a great idea if you're moving from one campus to another. Unfortunately, this stuff can get corrupted, and I've actually had students finishing up projects that have spent 3 weeks on a design, and all of a sudden we're 2 days away from finishing and the entire thing is lost. So you got to be very, very careful here. So now we're going to go to File, Save As. All of our files are last name, first name, and this is going to be PRAC for practice. Let's see, I did plug in a thumb drive. Now I'm looking for it over here on the left, and I don't see it coming up here, which is not unusual. Projects, that's it. So I'm going to click on Projects. I'm going to pull the thumb drive really quick just to make sure this is the right one. Nope, that's not it. Try another port here. There it is. Okay, so I'm just go ahead and create a new file. Practice. Oop. I'm going to delete that because I'm in the wrong one here. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and click period 1. New folder. Practice. Always want to create a folder for each different project. And yes, we can do golf balls. We're going to do a keychain eventually. And we'll go ahead and save that. This one does not save automatically like Tinkercad or like anything on Google Class or Google Docs or Google Sheets or whatever. So you've got to physically save this as often as you can. So once it has a place to go, I can go ahead and just come up here and hit save, and I can save pretty much anything I want when I want to do it. So if I want to click here and do another sketch, let's say I'm going to do let's do a oval here. Okay, so there is my oval there. Let's see, I want to do extrude boss base, and we're going to make it 15 millimeters. So now I've got something on there. If I try and close this, it's going to give me a warning. So at this point I can either not save it and it won't save anything that I've created, or I can go ahead and save all. So I'm going to hit save all so I can close the document. You're thinking, well, why'd you do that? Well, if I come up here to home and click this little house button, there's the project I was working on. It's going to go right to that thumb drive. If I don't have the thumb drive plugged in, it won't call this file up and that space will be empty. So I go back in here and do whatever I need to do to continue working. All right, if you have any other questions, make sure you ask.